Okay, it's live. Now where's Cheyenne? She just said she accepted it.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be here in a minute.
She's all, okay, answer it because she's got it live. I'm like, okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be here in a minute. She wanted me to call her again. I just invited her again.
Yeah, she just accepted it because she goes, it's live. Okay, answer it. And I'm like, okay, I will.
Okay, I've invited her like 4 times now.
I wonder why you guys aren't connecting. Is it because maybe she's not in our circle? Because I know you are, or at least it shows that you are.
No, I don't think that has to do with it because I connect with other people in other classes and they're not like, I haven't added them to my circle or anything.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
anytime I've ever done this, I've always added them to my circle as a study group. And so that's why I was wondering.
There we go.
Awesome.
That was ridiculous.
All right, so this week it looks pretty easy. We just have to talk about different scenarios in the model.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says we have to choose one of the scenarios and discuss the trans-theoretical stages of the model. So it is actually really easy. Have you guys read each scenario?
Yep. Want to do number one?
Hold on a second.
Well, we don't have to do both. We just have to do one. So if you want to read over the 2 scenarios, and then we'll pick one.
Yep.
Well, one's about the kids playing video games, and one's about a roommate or spouse being depressed. Have you read them?
Yes.
Okay, I have 2.
Yeah, I like the video games one personally because I feel like I can just relate more. I used to play video games a lot. And I feel like I know how I would get someone to change their behavior. You know, I feel like I know.
Well, either one is fine with me because, I mean, I have boys that played video, or they still do, but not as much as they used to. So I'm good with that. Have you guys looked over sorry, I don't mean to change the subject, but really quickly before you guys end the call, have you looked over the trans-theoretical stages of change model application assignment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have completed 1 and 2, and before we go, if anybody's available, that would be great if I could ask you a few questions on it. That's just so I don't forget before y'all hang up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I actually have a doctor's appointment I have to run to, but
okay, well, even if I could email you, that would be huge.
Yeah. Cool.
My husband's 50th birthday is on Saturday, so I'm trying to get everything done by tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this assignment is what we're doing right now with this scenario.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it seems like it's...
Yeah, it's literally the same thing except for we have a document we have to fill out.
Oh, so we can actually just take and everything that we talk about right now and write it right into here.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. You ladies are amazing. My brain doesn't always work, especially when I'm like stressing about something. And I got, anyway, I'll have to text you on that one. But just trying to make his weekend a great weekend between his birthday and Father's Day is like stressing me out.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go with the video games, right?
Yep.
Mm.
I think that's great. So
Why don't we just do this assignment
yeah,
like right now? Since
do
that's
it.
like
Let's do it. I'm happy to do it. Let's go for it.
okay. So
So it's talking about the pre-contemplation stage and the contemplation stage in the processes. So the conscious raising, dramatic relief, environmental reevaluation. So what would be our intervention for these boys?
with them being in the pre-contemplation stage, isn't that talking about like coming up with like new ideas and stuff to get them thinking about why it'd be a good idea to change?
Well, yeah, because at this point their attitude is they don't really have an intention to change. And they don't really recognize the need for the change or that what they're doing is really a problem. So
Absolutely.
I'm struggling. Like, how do we get somebody to realize that they have a problem? Because, like, I look at it from somebody who, okay, so a family member of mine has diabetes, high blood pressure, and they're taking like 6 different medications. But how do you get them to when they're at the stage where they think, okay, yeah, I'm taking medications, but they're taking care of my stuff. I really don't need to change my eating habits, or I really don't want to. How do you get them when they're okay? So for the video games, they're all playing these video games and hours of it. How do you get them to want to?
So from the reading under the pre-contemplation, it talks about it says need information about their problem via educational programs, media campaigns, feedback from others, hearing testimonials from others that may influence change, or see that tragic consequences and someone else suffering from the same behavior may affect them also.
Yeah, it's kind of that whole like fear aspect. You know, it's you have to show them other people, you have to show them what will happen, you have to be like, hey, so one of my biggest things is like, if you can lay it out in someone's eyes. I have a cousin who I went to BYU with, and he got put on academic probation, and he just doesn't care. He's free, he's fun-loving, he literally quit school, just got up and moved to China one day. He still lives there, he's teaching English, and he's doing awesome. But when I was like, hey, you're going to have to repeat this. This is only, like, by literally doing bad in school means that you're just going to have to do it over again. So why not do it right the first time? He was like, oh, that makes sense, actually, because I am going to graduate. One day I will get a degree. Now, if he didn't say that, one day I will get a degree, I don't know what I would have said. But it's like he got it to where it's like, okay, if I fail over and over and over, I'm just going to keep having to do it. And that he was like, I don't want anything to do with. Let me just try to get a C. And I was like, there you go. Like,
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm at the point right now where I'm like, I want A's, but I'm so tired. I'm at the ending of my schooling, and if I get a C, I'll be happy.
So for the intervention for this little column, I just put testimonials, and then like as an explanation of the intervention, Cheyenne, I really like what basically the experience that you just shared with your cousin. Just talking about how, like, you know, here's this person that has this experience that he not necessarily maybe like spent 16 to 20 hours a week playing violent video games, but that he did it like academically do that. And then he decided just to like just pass. So like I don't
Yeah.
know how to explain a testimonial. Just talk about like how, I don't know, have someone share their experience of why they decided to actually just like do it.
Yeah.
Well, another thing for me, honestly, okay, I worked 2 jobs. I have a very, very bad accident on my ankle, and I get straight A's. Like, I have a great GPA. And, like, I just laugh at people. Like, I can spend, if I didn't have a job, I could legitimately spend 40 hours a week playing video games and still get straight A's and still have a life. You know what I mean? Like, you're playing video games for 15 to 20 hours a week. I don't care how many times or how much time you spend doing that. You still can get good grades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the video games. It has to do with the caring factor. It has to do with where his perspective or where his mind is right now. You know what I mean? Or he or she, whatever, whoever's playing video games.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
Because 15 to 20 hours a week could be like 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day. So that's only a portion of it. If they're, I agree. And I mean, when you're working 2 jobs and you're doing schoolwork and still getting all A's, which at this point I'm getting all A's too, but it's like I'm just exhausted.
Well,
But
yeah, I'm not saying it's easy, but do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to, like, at all degrade or anything. Yeah.
no, I know, but I just I agree. I think that so explanation of the intervention. We're talking about testimonials. Maybe would you say like having a group where people are sharing their experiences, support group?
Yeah, you could do a support group. I just wrote have someone give their personal experience of their perspective and how they deal with the amount of gaming in relation to their schoolwork. But what? So then I don't know, because like for the contemplation um, lines, there's like 4 boxes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking, but I think it's just because of pre-contemplation, and then we have to go into the contemplation stage. We have to explain that as well. That's what
What do
I'm
you mean
thinking.
there's 4 boxes? I don't have four
So like
boxes.
under the intervention and the explanation of the intervention, there's like 2 boxes for each column.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Is that just like
Well,
extra?
yeah, it might
Like
just be the
make it look
way.
neat?
um, I don't know what that's about. It doesn't make sense, actually.
Well,
I think that's
because
just to make it look.
on the left side it says pre-contemplation and contemplation, and the intervention, I think you're just utilizing them to share your intervention for both on that area. Because we're just selecting a scenario and then we're completing the table by developing and explaining specific interventions from the list of 8. Refer to lesson 2 for each of the 10 processes to move the individual through the stages. Share how the processes are driving the intervention. So we're just sharing these stages in the interventions.
Yeah.
It's talking about going to lesson 2 though, and that is there it goes.
The group of 8. The group of 8 of what?
So in lesson 2, the intervention table is just going over health communication strategies, the educational strategies, the policy enforcement strategies, and the change of strategies, and so on. So it's just helping, that's just like a guide, I think, to get through the interventions of stages.
Okay. Okay. Well, for the contemplation stage, it says that the person is thinking about changing sometime in the foreseeable future, but not today, maybe in 6 months. They struggle with the positive effects, and they see the result of behavior change and the amount of effort, energy, and sense of loss required to overcome the problem. They are becoming aware of the pros and cons of changing. So an intervention that could help move a person from pre-contemplation to contemplation. Remember like the bridges? Okay, yeah. So do y'all remember the PowerPoint from this week? And there's like a bridge from the pre-contemplation to the contemplation. And so under the bridge, it talks about finding and learning new facts, ideas, and tips that support the healthy behavior change, or the awareness about the case that relates to a particular problem behavior. So any interventions that could increase awareness, confrontations, interpretations, and media campaigns are the ideas that it gives us.
So when we're in the contemplation stage, we're raising their awareness. They're learning new facts, ideas, and tips. So we're intervention. Kind of strategizing what they would see in the future. So what would the outcome be? Kind of going over if they... Are we looking at this as if they stop playing games or they change their attitude towards school? Because like Cheyenne was saying, and I agree, that if you could still play the video games and be successful in school. So maybe in sharing that information that you can still be successful if you're playing the video game. So it's not like you have to give it up. You just need to put school priority.
I think we're just focusing on the behavior of playing the video games.
Okay. So
like the TTI model is all about. It's just all about the behavior. Oh, it looks like Cheyenne left.
Okay, so the testimony then, or intervention for the contemplation, but we're trying to build an intervention for these people so they're not...
So I think like the contemplation, like we're trying to help them to start thinking more about changing within like the next 6 months. Whereas before, like in the pre-contemplation, they didn't really have any like desire to change at all. And so now we want them to contemplate on actually changing within the foreseeable future. So So I think anything that would get them to be thinking more to actually move them to action is kind of what we're aiming for. So yeah, so like from the diagram, like the PowerPoint that we had, it just talks about having an intervention that can increase awareness. So anything that would include feedback, interpretations, bibliotherapy, and media campaigns are kind of like the ideas that it gave us.
Okay.
So I guess like anything that would increase awareness. I don't know, this is so, I don't know, it's just so weird.
Well, you know, we're not only talking about though video games, we're talking about violent video games. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what they're wanting us to see.
yeah. That's a really good point.
So
So it says increasing awareness about the cases that relate to a particular problem behavior and about its consequences and cures. So we want them, I think, like in this stage to help them move from pre-contemplation to contemplation. We want them to understand that, like, if they spend all this time just focusing on like violent video games, then like what consequences are they going to suffer? Well, I think like there's studies that show people who focus on like violent stuff, like they're more quick to anger. They could possibly be suffering from mental illnesses like depression or I don't know, maybe anxiety or sleep deprivation from playing so much video games. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different like consequences that could come from these. And so I think like just creating an intervention that caters all of that would help them really move from stage 1 to stage 2.
So what would our intervention plan be? Having maybe a video that expresses all the effects of what violent video games can bring, because it's not only they're going to struggle academically, they're also going to struggle in
like socially and
socially. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what we could do. I think we could do like a media campaign.
Media campaign. Okay.
The intervention and then the explanation can be just exactly what you said.
To bring awareness of the causes.
Or maybe bring us to the consequences.
Oh, to the consequences. Yeah, right.
Awareness of the consequences of violent video gaming, which could include, so I don't know, I feel like it could include like sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
More quick to anger. And I don't know, like, do you feel like people who video game all the time, I feel like they're more like irritable?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
And like possible other mental health disorders.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that totally makes sense, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So then for
She just sent us a text message. Sorry. She said, "Hey guys, my computer randomly shut off. I'm sorry, but I actually do have to go. I have a doctor's appointment. It was bad scheduling, but I scheduled it 3 weeks ago. There wasn't many openings. Email me with any questions or anything."
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so preparation. For my notes, I have preparation. They intend to take action in the immediate future, so usually within the next month or so, and they have developed a plan of action, and they have fallen back and regrouped and are ready to try again. So they're actually like progressing at this point.
Yes. Sorry, I have it all printed out, so I gotta get to that page. I print everything out because on the computer I stare at it too long and then my mind wanders, so I have to have it on paper.
Oh, you're okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the bridge from contemplation to preparation. It just talks about self-revaluation, realizing
Yes.
that the behavioral change is an important part of one's identity as a person, combines both cognitive and affective assessments to one's self-image with and without a particular unhealthy habit. Clarifying values, having healthy role models, and using mental imagery are techniques that can help move people evaluatively. I don't know. So basically, we just like want them to have like better self-esteem. Is that? That's kind of what I get out of it.
Yeah, because you want to. When people are like, when you're doing violent games, your mind is thinking of it differently, and I think it takes away our self-esteem. So if we're building back up their image and their self-esteem and their self-worth, then they're going to see that there's an issue with playing violent video games.
Yeah, so if we like kind of help them better understand like their potential, you know, like so
Yeah.
They're students, right? They're students at BYU Idaho. So we could like maybe talk about like the blessings that come through living the honor code. Because I know like, or maybe not necessarily the honor code, but maybe for like the strength of youth. You know, like I know there's things in there that talks about like being weary to play like violent video games or spending too much time on like social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe just like showing them like the blessings that come through a wholesome lifestyle by abiding by the church standards. I don't really know.
So wait, so our intervention would be are you saying that basically our intervention is just going to be self-reevaluation? So kind of bringing it to their attention so we could actually, well, hold on, I'm losing it right now. I'm losing my focus. I think we have basically the explanation of the intervention. It's now, what is the exact intervention?
Yeah. Well, because you can do it multiple ways. I think you could like, just like talk with like one person, or maybe like talking like with a counselor.
So maybe some one-on-one therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that would work?
Huh?
Do you think that would work?
I think getting more focused on the person would probably be, I mean, if you're not, let's see, where did we start? Testimonial. So we didn't particularly say that we were going to start with group therapy. So I would say one-on-one intervention maybe. I think that would work. I mean, because then you're developing a plan.
Okay.
I think at this point we need to develop a plan of action so that when we get to action, don't they have to actually be living it?
Yeah, so, well, and also in the preparation stage, it talks about how,
How you're going to intend to take action in the immediate future. So we need to develop a plan of action.
yeah, so the preparation stage is when they develop a plan of action.
Yeah, so we're going to do one-on-one intervention, and we're going to develop a plan of action that that shows that that shows the our potential, or the person's potential, the blessings that come with the following strength, or the blessings that come with following the strength of youth, or just like things like that.
Yeah.
I would say that will strengthen their potential and help become aware of the blessings that come with following the strength of youth.
Okay, action. Have made specific overt modifications to their lifestyle within the past 6 months. Actually begin to modify their behavior or environment to overcome their problem. Will often relapse rather than succeed for the following reason. They do not realize they will encounter difficulty and will need to maintain action for an extended period of time. They are usually not prepared to work really hard for 6 months or longer, and they expect the change to occur much more quickly. Frequently have relapses which occur during times of emotional distress. Okay, so basically, so from the last stage, from preparation, they carried out this plan, right? They met with the therapist or had their one-on-one intervention. They established a plan of action and they've carried it out, and they're failing because it's more so like of an addiction that they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to like kick the addiction. So in order for them to really kick the addiction, ugh. See, I'm bad at this because I've never been really addicted to anything. And so it's hard to like try to be in that mindset of like, okay, so like what would really help me as someone who's addicted to video games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I'm not addicted to video games either, but I'll tell you what, I've come to realize in the classes that I've taken that I have an addiction to food, and it's really difficult. So like trying to, I had a weight management class that taught us that there's more to food addiction than people think. So there's not just anorexia and bulimia. There's also
like on the other side.
Yeah, there's other side of things where people struggle and they need help and maintenance. This is why I like these stages, because these stages are teaching me where I am in my process and where I need to work towards, because I want to teach people about health and how to get healthier, because I've been trying all my life to get out of this rut and feel better about myself and about my health and my it's your body image, about my own body image, and I struggle with that. So with this, in my opinion, I'm thinking, I don't know how to say the intervention though part of it, because I'm thinking if somebody's struggling with something, some sort of addiction, they need continual therapy. I mean, therapy's it. Whether it be group therapy or it be one-on-one therapy, I think there needs to be groups out there. The only thing is that which I see that stops me is the cost. It's always the cost. I can't afford to continue to go to one-on-one therapy. So in my mind, when I get my degree, I want to have groups, and just cover enough for the pamphlets that I have to share, and that's it. I want it to be basic for people that feel like they have nowhere to go. And so when I'm thinking of this intervention process, and when we come to this stage, because I fall back in this stage over and over again, and I have been for years. It ain't just 6 months. It's, something I've been dealing with for years. So when I think of this stage, I'm thinking, well, I don't get what the intervention part of is. I can tell you what my explanation would be, and that is to continue having one-on-one therapy or continue having group therapy, something that this person feels that they can go to and say, look, I'm feeling like a failure. I'm feeling like I cannot stop playing these games. I have no idea why, but I'm struggling and I need support and help and guidance.
You know what? And I think this is perfect because for this, from going from the preparation to action stage, like you just said, therapy and everything, that can be really expensive.
Yeah.
From the reading, it talks about the bridge from preparation to action, and it talks about self-liberation and an increased social opportunities. So things like smoke-free zones are better options, like taking a salad for lunch. So the smoke-free zones would be a good thing for people if you're dealing with someone who is smoking. Them to be in smoke-free zones, it would help them to continue not to smoke. Or someone who's trying to lose weight, if they go to the cafeteria and they have 7 different types of salads to choose from, that's a better option than whatever other junk food they could be getting.
So for video games, though, should we say increase social opportunities and make make them aware that they need to increase their social opportunities with people who are not video gaming?
Yeah, things like that. And I feel like something that we could also put, just giving them more opportunities to get out of their little bubble. So what is it, we're dealing with a group of boys, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so a group of young men who are spending in excess of 16 to 20 hours a week playing violent video games. So it's okay, so you have this group of friends that are all getting together and they're just sitting and they're playing these violent video games. Well, what if you give them opportunities to actually go out and do things? There's intramural sports that they could play. There's other on-campus activities that they can choose.
So maybe having a list of social activities and social opportunities that they can be involved in, that they and you can talk about their likes and their dislikes. So finding social opportunities for them that they have interest in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the intervention, I just put stronger social activities and opportunities. And then for the explanation, just what you put, giving.
So stronger social activities and
social opportunities.
Social opportunities. I was gonna just put opportunities, but it sounds better, social opportunities. All right.
So like, I think like the whole violent video gaming has an effect on people, but video gaming in itself, if you're not doing it all the time, it's not like it's bad. Like you have to have like a balance of everything. So I think even for these boys, I mean, like a better like social activity, because they clearly like playing video games. Maybe it's like a whole like night full of fun video games where people can gather together, and like the dance thing on like the Wii or Xbox, or like the dancing.
Yeah, the Revolution or I have them and I can't remember what they're called for my kids because my girls like to play them a lot. So
yeah, so like things like that are fun, and they promote people being together. They promote people being social, but it's not violent, and it's like more a wholesome activity. Like
so having activities that promote positive.
Yeah, positive, healthy behaviors.
Okay.
I'm that totally works, I think.
You what?
That this works, right?
Yeah.
It's hard just because like sometimes I just don't know.
I don't either. I'm still like, and when we fill out that thing, I'm like giving myself low scores. I'm like, I still not getting this, grasping this really well. And so
it's hard.
it is super hard. And I really wish he had more opportunities, or there's one class that I had where they actually had classroom videos where you can watch the interaction. And that's what I wish they had for this class, is classroom videos where we can see an actual classroom setting where the instructor is doing their lecture with this, and I've asked for that, and then the teacher gives me videos where she's just talking, and it's like, that's not what I'm talking about. Are you're in 390 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I am too. What one?
Who's your teacher?
Sister Ullman.
Oh, I have, let me look. I believe it's Brother Nelson.
He's class.
This class?
Yeah, he's this class.
Oh, oops. I really like Brother Nelson. I think he's awesome.
Oh, I do too. I think, I actually made sure I took this class so I could take it with him this semester. That's the reason why I took it, because I want to make sure it was with him. I took his drug use and abuse class, and that was an awesome class.
Oh, dang it, this just signed me out.
But I
have no idea who my teacher is for 390.
I just think that for, I just think it would help if we could see how they're reacting, the questions that other students are asking. And
yeah, like it'd be nice if he had like an office hour where you log into like Adobe Connect and you can ask him questions and you can like interact a lot more. Because like, I read the feedback that he gives me on my assignments, but it's not like super in-depth, Like, I have like a good grade in this class and everything. And like, I think I understand things for the most part, but it would just be nice to have like a better connection.
It would be better if we weren't just thinking, that we were knowing. Because I feel like you do. And he does offer office hours, but by appointment only. And it's like, but I kind of would like other people's input as well, and I would like to hear that. We had one class, and I know it's possible because we had one class where it was a requirement to either join in or listen to the office hours that went on, and many, yeah, and you had to join so many of the office hours so that it made it so you did have watched the interaction that went on. So anyways, but it would help. I just think, but I don't know how long they've been doing this, and if it's, sometimes we're guinea pigs and we don't even know it.
I know, it's true.
At least that's what I'm finding out with the public health degree. There's a lot of times I've been in the group of guinea pigs. All the way starting from, I started in the Pathways program, and we were guinea pigs then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So for going on to the maintenance, we're on to maintenance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this stage is the counter conditioning. So this one needs the increasing the rewards for the potential behavior change and decreasing the rewards of the unhealthy behavior change. We're working to prevent the relapse. How do you reward? Like, I know with some of the stuff that I've done, like when we've had contests of weight loss, Biggest Loser stuff at work and stuff, we did rewards as in when you lose so many pounds, you buy yourself a shirt or something that feels good. So do you come up with a plan of action for what the reward of the behavior, or do you, in this one, are we kind of reinforcing the reward of what their outcome is? So not doing violent behaviors, we are reducing the agitation and the quick to anger and, you know, all the consequences of the behavior. Is that what it's saying, or?
Yeah, so that's all part of it, except for we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 different sections of the maintenance.
I know.
So for counter conditioning, what I have in my notes is it's substituting healthier alternative behaviors and cognitions for the unhealthy behaviors. Learning healthy behaviors that can be substituted for the problem behaviors. Relaxation, assertions, desensitization, behavior replacement, positive self-statements are strategies for finding safer substitutes. So counter conditioning, if you're focusing or if you're, you know, almost engulfed in all these like violent video gaming, then I think like positive self-statements would be a really good way to counteract all the violence that your brain's taking.
There we go. So positive self statements. Okay. And that's the intervention part, right?
Yeah.
So for the explanation of the intervention is just conversations of Or how do we describe that one?
So I just put say positive statements to yourself daily to beat out all the violence their brain has been accustomed to.
That's good.
And then for helping relationship, I think this is where like a counselor would be a good one. Or maybe not a counselor because it's just like violent video games. So maybe like a roommate or like a friend that they really trust and can like confide in.
So positive relationships, like a positive person
Maybe like
or influence.
the buddy system.
Yeah. Okay.
So then the explanation can be that, you know, with the buddy, they kind of like check and balance themselves. To promote healthy behaviors.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. And then reinforcement management. See, none of mine, oh, I must have skipped that PowerPoint. I didn't print it out because I only have stimulus control and social liberation after the counter conditioning.
I love the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is like what really helped me understand everything.
Yeah, me too. Who's that?
Is that me or is that you?
It's me, but I don't know who it is.
Oh, wait. Kevin. Oh, it was me.
Oh. Are you already supposed to be on another call?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But it's okay. We can finish these 3 and then we can be done. Okay, I'm just trying to get back to that PowerPoint. Oh, in my other class, my 2 group partners, they don't really understand what we're supposed to be doing. And so it's really hard because like not only do I have to explain everything to them, but then I'm also like leading the discussion, leading the research, and like filling everything out.
Oh my goodness. That must be hard.
And it's like it's for 390. And so right now we're doing like we're creating our own interventions.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just a lot of work.
Yeah. I know we are doing for that class, shoot, where are we? I'm struggling with this assignment this week.
This one?
The interventions, yeah, I am struggling. Not with this one in the 390.
Oh, the 390. Yeah, our group is meeting today to get working on it, and it's like 4 to 5 hours long. Like it's a big assignment.
Yeah, and my group doesn't want to. They want to do it all on the sidelines, and I'm struggling with it. So I'm like, I really have a lot of questions for them on this one. I want to make sure that I do it right, but I have till tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, today my focus is going to be that. I'm going to go over all the stuff we've been doing, but they don't like to meet. That group does not like to meet at all. So they're like, okay, who's gonna do what? Okay, we're done. I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, I want to at least discuss it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's
But
insane.
so that's my hardest thing. So, I mean, I'm getting through it and getting my part done, but man, it's hard because I have to have a whole day of just focusing on that class,
Mhm.
nothing else.
Yeah, that's how it is with me too.
Okay, so reinforcement management,
I can't find that in my notes.
that's where, I mean,
Oh wait, I found it. Okay. So it says increasing the rewards for the positive behavioral change and decreasing the rewards for the unhealthy behavior. Contingency contracts, overt and covert reinforcements, and group recognitions are procedures for increasing reinforcement and the probability that healthier responses will be repeated. So it's just like prizes and stuff to like help reinforce them to do good behaviors.
okay.
So it says like rewarding self or being rewarded by others. So the intervention could be like, I don't know.
Okay.
Like like a prize or something.
Well, that's what I was talking about. I think maybe I did have that. Did I? It was just, oh, yeah, this is it. I did have it. Oops. I just had it out of line. Okay.
So I think like a intervention could be I don't know.
I mean, how do you, that's what I was trying to say earlier, is how do you reward? It says rewarding self, being rewarded by others, consequences for behaviors, contingency contracts, positive self-statements, group recognition. So this would be joining a support group, something, or having your buddy like rewarding by maybe going to lunch or
Yeah. Or like maybe buying a new video game, but not a violent one.
yeah. So
what would the intervention be though? Just like self-rewarding?
Oh gosh. Well, it says increasing the rewards for the positive behavior change. So, shoot, how do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like would self-rewarding work as an intervention?
Yeah, let's just put that because,
I mean, that's what it is. I don't know.
well, it is, but we're also being rewarded by others. It says too, rewarding self, being rewarded by others, consequences, behaviors. So you kind of,
We can just put like reward.
yeah, reward.
And then I just put buying a new non-violent video game. Okay, so we only have 2 more. I really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So why don't we just end here, and then if you have any questions or if I have questions, then we can just like email or text each other.
That
And
sounds great.
since I mean we're pretty much done with it, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you need any help with the interventions for 390, just let me know. because
Okay.
I'm working on it today too. So.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Bye, Tammy.
All right. Bye-bye.